All right, I know it's been a while, but I really wanted to put my lineup to the test and report back on how I'm doing, if I'm liking my planner choices, if I'm gonna change anything, what has been working, what has not been working, and we're gonna talk about everything that I've been using so far in 2026, as well as maybe a flip through of how I used each planner and what I'm thinking about doing for maybe the next quarter, not necessarily in February or March, but I really want to give this lineup a try at least for the quarter to see how I'm gonna do with this lineup. So let's think about it. I think I'm gonna start with my journal. So this is, if you want to learn about my lineup and my choices, go to the video before this one where I go into details about my lineup. But this is an A5 Slim from Sterling Ink that I'm using as my morning pages, my journal. And I'm gonna do a quick flip through. Actually, let me take this off here. So this is just, I don't do this, I mean, I try to do this every single day, but I don't do it every morning. But it's essentially I wake up very early at like 5:36, and I just come here to my office. I grab a cup of coffee, and then I just journal. And this has become me talking to God and talking about God and Jesus. And I think that in 2026 I have become a little bit more spiritual than before, and I really want to start reading the Bible and talking more to God. So here's just me talking about my spirituality and really diving deep into what it all means to me, and it's special to me. I'm not following a formula, and I'm not following anything that I saw anywhere. I am literally just going with the flow and going with what feels right for me. And this is, I think, where we are with it. So I haven't journaled every single day. Unfortunately, this is a bad batch of the Tomo River paper, as you can see. It's really bad, but I'm just gonna stick through it because I really like this journal. It's a good size for me, but it's a really bad. This is the Tombow for the Nosuke, and as you can see, bled through really horribly. But I don't care really. But it's been working really well. And last year I was using an A5 common planner, and I was doing the same thing that I'm doing here, but in my common planner. So I wanted to separate this a little bit. This is not going to be a journal for 2026. This is going to be a journal that I'm going to use until I run out of pages. So this is essentially my little morning with myself. Oh my gosh, my cat is, she doesn't like when I film or talk to the camera or the videos. So she's probably gonna either walk through the video, or she's gonna keep meowing. But this has been working really well. I'm not gonna change this. And this is not gonna be for 2026. This is essentially my morning pages journal that I'm gonna use until I finish this book. So this is for the morning pages. I'm actually gonna grab the 5-year diary. Let me just open the door for my cat 1 second. Come on. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so this is the 5-year diary by Sterling Ink. And if you saw my video, the video that went up before this one, you know that I keep my drawing here from Sakura. And it's an anime that I used to love when I was younger. But so this is, let's talk about this one. So I'm not sure if it's working for what it should be working for. Like, what do I mean by that? So essentially, I don't know if I'm using this correctly. And I know there's no rule about how you should be using your planners, but I feel like I'm not documenting my life or my day the way that I should on this planner. I feel like I'm not talking about my life. I'm talking more about the same things that I'm talking about in my other planners. And I'm gonna keep on using this. It's not, honestly, it's not something that is bringing me a lot of joy, but I really want to push through with it because I want to see how my life changes in 5 years, especially because I'm gonna turn 35 in May, and by the time I end this book, I'm gonna be 40, and I really want to see how my life changed in those 5 years because I feel like 40 is a big milestone, and I want to document my life from 35 to 40. So, but I'm not sure if I'm using this correctly. I feel like I'm not talking about my life. I'm talking more about myself and not necessarily talking about my life with my husband and my cat. I feel like this is becoming a very selfish book, and I don't think I should be using. I mean, I do talk about my life with my husband a little bit, but our life is so, I don't want to say boring, but it's so normal. Like there's, oh my gosh, what was that? Something inspiring came to my mind, and all day. And what did I mean? What? So I used the whiteout here, and I don't know what I was supposed to write here. Anyways, I'll figure it out. But I did talk a little bit about my husband in my life, but we have such a normal life that honestly nothing like abnormal happens every single day. But I don't know, this is something that it's new to me. I've never used a 5-year diary before. So if you have any tips on and suggestions on how to use this, please leave it in the comments below, because I feel like it's not bringing me joy. It's more like a chore. Like for a few days I forget about it, and then I go back like, what is the word? Oh my gosh, my brain is not working lately. I think it's because I have a headache, and I've been having a headache since yesterday that doesn't go away, so my brain is a little bit scattered. But I just go back and write little like logs about what happened. So if you have any tips on how to use the 5-year diary, please leave it in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. All right, so now I think I want to talk about my Take a Note A5. You guys know the struggle that it was to finally do something with it. So as you know, and if you don't know, go back one video and you learn all about it. But my Take a Note A5 starts on January 20th because I ripped the pages and it was a whole hassle. But let's flip through how I'm using this planner. So in this tracker over here, it's a period and an allergy shot tracker. I actually have to finish tracking this, but I'm just logging my period and when I go to the allergist to take my allergy shots. And over here, I actually don't know if I went over this in my previous video. I don't know. So if this is something like that I already spoke about, I'm sorry, but if it's not, let me walk you through what this is. So as you can see, I was using this for something else, so I had to kind of like cut one of the pages that I ripped from this planner. I cut a little like piece of it and I glued it here to hide all of the horrible job that I did with the whiteout. So we're not gonna talk about it, it's okay. But I've been using this for my, I'm sorry, I'm just checking if the camera is still filming because my phone is running out of storage. So if the camera shakes a little bit, it's because I'm like, you know, taking a look to see if it's filming. Anyways, what a mess this video has become, so stay with me. But all right, so I've been using this as my mood tracker. So I have the tombos that I've been using. I'm using the 553 for neutral, the N52 for meh, days that I'm kind of like, you know, not the best, not the worst. The 623 for happy, and 772 for really bad mood. And if I have a mad day or a day that is a little bit weird, I'll write what happened that day that made me feel kind of like I'm not doing a good job at writing the reason why my day was not that good, but this was the intention behind it. And as you can see, I had mostly good days in January, and there is a reason why, and I'll explain this. There is something that I really want to share with you, but it's not the moment yet, probably the next video, but that's the reason why I've been so happy in January until I got my period. As you can see, this was a really bad PMS day. It was kind of like I was in a really bad mood. And then the following day was meh, because it was still, I was still having those days. So far, I'm actually behind. Today is February 7th, and I need to go back and backtrack it, but I've had pretty good days, so it would be just happy. And this is what I'm gonna use the tracker for. So for the monthly, I still need to fill this out because I have way too many planners. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep up with all of those planners for the whole year, but one of them is gonna stay. I know about it, so I wanna make sure that I document everything for whatever planner I'm gonna end up using for the rest of the year. So here, I'm doing something different, which I really liked, and I know some people are gonna be like, you're insane, but I have a habit tracker in my daily N1 by Sterling Inc. And I'm gonna go over this one because this is kind of like my main planner for the year. And I have a habit tracker there, but I decided to try something out here because I love this planner. I will 100% purchase it again in 2027. But I decided to put my habit tracker, instead of making like a whole month, I made it like the week. So I have my habits here, and I put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I am tracking my habits based on the days of this week. So this week, this week, this week, this week, and this week. And for the days of the week that fall the previous or the next month, I just gray it out like this, so I make sure that it's not for this month. So I really like this, and I don't mind repeating the same habits over and over again. I really don't mind. And I'm tracking the days that my husband is out for work and the days that we have a date. So I'm really liking it. I really need to backtrack and fill out how my month of January was, because I didn't know how I was going to use this planner, so I didn't do anything here, but I need to go back and add the stickers and add everything else. And I'm going to do the same for February. I've been so busy with this huge thing that I want to tell you all about that I haven't done actually anything other than this one thing. But so I didn't do anything for February yet. So the monthlies, I'm a little bit behind on the monthly, but I decided to use this planner as my heavy deco journaling. So this is how it's turning out. So if you don't know the layout for the take a note, so let me just go here real quick to a blank spread. So you have a mini tiny horizontal week here, and then you have the week, I think it's the week on 4 pages. Yeah. So you have this very like large column for each day. So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you have plenty of space for a lot of things. And I decided to use this as my creative, decorative log. And it's just me talking a little bit about my day. And since I started this on the 22nd, I don't have a lot to share. So it's not gonna be like a January flip through, but I really love how this is turning out. And I'm doing kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with this because it's going to take a lot of stickers and washi tape to coordinate, but I'm trying to do like a color scheme. So I did purple, pink, and some blues over here, and then I did greens and pinks and yellows over here. I really love how this is turning out, but again, it takes a lot of stickers to coordinate stickers, you know, with washi tapes and pad tapes to do like a color scheme spread. So I don't know how I'm gonna keep up with this, but so far I'm loving it. I really like this. I didn't know that I had so many green things to put here, but I really like it. And then I decided to do a blue spread, which I haven't filled it out yet, as you can see, but this is how I do it. So I decorate it first, and I make sure to put a lot of deco because I don't care about the space to log. I just really want to be creative and look at this and be like, yes, this is my creative side speaking to me. And I will try to keep it as a beautiful color scheme. I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to keep up with this just because it takes a lot of stickers, but so far it's been doing great and I'm really loving it. And this is how I'm using my take a note. It's my heavy deco log of how my day went, and it's just, I really love this planner and I'm gonna be using it for the rest of the year just as a little kind of like creative outlet. So I'm really enjoying this take a note, and it took me a while to find the purpose for it, but I did. So this is for my take a note. Now, before I go over, actually let me grab it. It's in my drawer here. I want to talk about, because in my last video I talked about how I had ordered a take a note B6 to be my work planner, and I really don't like this. And the reason why I don't like it, I don't even think it's the layout. I think it's the size. If you don't know me, let me close the drawer because it's making weird noises. If you don't know me, I don't think I'm a B6 girl. I think B6 is a really weird size. And I tried my first B6. Let me open the drawer again to show you. Hi, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to my channel because it's a little bit weird. My first attempt at a B6, it was with Astrology, and I ripped so many pages. I really don't like it. There's something about the Astrology book that I really don't like it. But I was like, okay, maybe it's not the size, maybe it was just Astrology, the paper, something that I didn't like. So I got this take a note B6 weeks to be my work planner. I even got the cover and all of that. I didn't like it. I think it just didn't work out for me. I love the take a note paper. It's Tomoe River paper, but it's kind of like coated a little bit. It's very slippery. And I just used 2 pages. So I ripped, it was kind of like, you know, like this. It was just kind of like a 1 page. And it jumps from January 21st to February 5th. Other than that, the only thing that I wrote on it was a pen test. And that's it. I'm not gonna use this. I'm trying to sell this on Mercari. So if you wanna buy it, go to, I don't know, send me a message on Instagram, Scripted Hours, and we can coordinate that. But I'm not gonna use it, which is a shame because I really like the paper and it just didn't work out for me. I tried it for literally 1 week. Not even in 1 week, it was I don't even know. It was kind of like 1 or half a week, and I was like, no, it's not for me. So I'm not gonna be using this, but I did buy yesterday a work planner, and I'm gonna share with you because it's kind of like a Hobonichi dupe, but it's not the one that you're thinking about. I know you're thinking about the Sunny. It's not that one. I will share with you as soon as I get it. I think it's coming on Wednesday. And it's a dupe for the Hobonichi, and I really want to use it for my work planner. All right, so next up is my main planner of 2026. And I really want to thank, I forgot their name, but I want to thank the person that was sharing their sentiments with me and being very sweet when I said that there's something about the tweed and the gold that really does not bring me joy. And that person was saying that they have to be attracted to their planner. And I agree. So that person told me to buy a clear cover and to buy one of the Sterling ink, dashboard to match the gold edge. This is the dashboard that came with mine. I don't like this design, so I'm not going to be using this one, but I think it's a really good idea to buy a dashboard that will match the gold edge, and then maybe buy two so it's kind of like fully covered, and buy one that will make me feel happy about the gold edge, because I think it's gilded. Look guys, my English lately is just not Englishing, because I really love the caramel with the gold edge. The, what is this color called? I forgot. Burgundy. It's not burgundy. Anyways, this color with the gold edge I really like, but not the tweed. And if you don't know about the story, it's because I bought it secondhand and I didn't have a choice. But okay, so let's flip through this one and let me check if my camera is still, yeah, okay, we're still rolling. All right, so every time I open my planners, I talk about this pocket, and I'll keep talking about this pocket, and it's linked in the description down below. This is the best, and this is not like, oh my gosh, it is an affiliate link. I'm not gonna lie and say that it's not. It's from Amazon. It is an affiliate link, but it's not because of that. This is the best pockets that you're gonna buy for your planner. It's so flushed, and it's so sturdy, and it doesn't add any bulk, and it's perfect. Buy this, and it comes like it's a package with a lot of pockets, different sizes for different planners. And I'm gonna stop talking about it because I always talk about it, but it's in the description down below. It's really good. And I'll keep talking about these pockets always. Anyways, so here I have all the Coffee Monsters Co. stickers. This one is not the Coffee Monsters Co., I know, but these are all the stickers. I really like the way the stickers feel. It's kind of like velvety. I really like it. And I love how this turned out. I really like it. And here I have this vellum pocket that Helen from the Coffee Monsters Co. taught us how to do it last year. And it was on my A5. I just filled it and glued it here because I really like this pocket. Actually, I think it was not in the A5. It was in my N1 horizontal that I didn't use last year, so I just transferred it to here. So this is my period tracker. I just put a little tiny icon from the Coffee Monsters Co. when I get my period, just so I can keep track of it. Over here I have the books that I've read, that I'm currently reading. If you know, I spoke about this last video, the little alphabet sticker sheet from the Coffee Monsters Co. The only thing that I was able to come up with was reading, not necessarily book log or anything like that. So I put reading here, and so far I've only read one book. Oh God, okay, it's okay. So here's my weight. I don't know why people cover their weight. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, it's just, this is my weight, whatever. So I've been on a weight loss journey, because when I went to Brazil and when I had the surgery last year, I put on a little bit of weight that I was not expecting because I was really anxious and I was overeating. So I put it in kilos just because I'm Brazilian, so I can get by with the metric system, or the American one that we use. I think it's imperial system. I don't know. Anyways, so I can understand both, but I can't translate them. So if you tell me, oh, it's 25 degrees, Celsius, I understand that. Or if you tell me it's 75 degrees Fahrenheit, I understand that. But if you tell me what is 25 Celsius in Fahrenheit, I wouldn't be able to tell you. So I just put my weight in kilos just because I like the number better than seeing a big old 140 something. All right. Here's the same tracker that I showed you in my take a note. but I just use it. Actually, it's the same exact thing. Wait, what am I using the tracker for? Hold on. Oh, it's my mood tracker. Wow, my brain is just not braining. Right, it's the mood tracker, yeah. But this is my habit tracker, and it's the same thing. A red dot for when I don't do it, and a green dot for when I do it. And I mean, I'm liking it. Nothing too exciting. Here is my monthly. I didn't like the way that this monthly turned out. I don't know, there's something about it that I quite didn't like. I think it's because I used different colors, and it was, I don't know, I don't like this spread, but I'm just writing appointments or things that happened, you know, donated a lot of clothes, you know, called with a friend. So and I put little stickers just to go with what happened that day. I think this one is so cute. All right, and here we are in February, so far it's very bare, and I'm gonna try to do better because I don't like how this turned out, but we're gonna keep pushing through. Now we can get to the good part, which is a flip through of how I'm using my N1 daily. So here I was gonna do kind of like a highlight of each day. I used to do that in my bullet journal because if you don't know me, I come from bullet journal, and I gave up. I don't know why I gave up. Like like I cannot tell you why I gave up, but I just gave up. So let's flip through my N1 daily January, and you'll see when I flip through that I got my groove with kind of like the way that I want my pages to look. So here I was really, really, you know, January 1st, you know, new year, new me. I was like planning the plan, identity first, be first. So I was essentially kind of like scripting my reality. I was really into the manifesting my dreams mood in a way that I have to be the person that I want to become in order to become that person. So I was just talking about that a little bit. Then that's why I love journaling, because this is when I made the zucchini and ham quiche for the first time. I saw on Instagram a recipe that is so ridiculously easy, and it's a zucchini. I love zucchini ham quiche. Everything that I love about it in a recipe. And I made it January 3rd, and I have to tell you that I've been eating the quiche since then. So for a whole month now, I've been eating this quiche every single day. This is insane. Oh my God. This is concerning. I didn't know it was on January 3rd, but I've been eating this quiche and making this quiche every single week, and I've been eating it every single day. And I love this. I love this so much because I wrote progress over perfection, but I wrote progress. So I wrote here, funny how I misspelled that, haha. So because it's funny kind of because, you know, progress over perfection, and then I messed up the progress and it's not perfect. I don't know. I just love that, but it might be just me. Here I was deep cleaning, you know, the beginning of the year. I was lost in the ideas world. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I have a little Etsy shop that I sell. Let me just grab it here. So it's those figurines for bows, you know, for kids and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm just kind of like selling the remainder of my stock. But I don't make this, but it's from Brazilian artisans. And I had put my Etsy shop on vacation mode, so I just kind of like Etsy shop revival. I was doing a lot of planning. I was having a really high anxiety day here, but it was good because I went back to Pilates. We had salmon for dinner. Because of the surgery, I have to wear compression garments, and I was really, really, really upset because they're so annoying. And here I had not found my groove yet with the layout, but I was talking about Pilates. I was talking about how I was trying to curl my hair with an curling iron, and it was kind of like a learning curve. I went back to Pilates, and I was so sore. I was sore that week for 7 days because it was my first time going back to Pilates after 2 months and also recovering from the surgery. So I was really sore. I had an allergy shot. I dropped off my husband at the airport for, he had a work trip, and there was so much traffic on the way back. It was insane. This is how I feel, just kind of like a patched up doll because of the surgery. I had lunch with my friend who's also my neighbor. Here I was canceling all of the bad thoughts that I was having that day. And this is how I feel, trash day. It was just, I was feeling really bad. Oh, here we went to a coffee shop to work, my husband and I. And I don't know, a new planner. Oh, I bought a new take a note planner that I think will work great for work. Spoiler alert, it didn't. This is, I was talking about the B6 from Take a Note that didn't work for me. Here I try to do a little bit of kind of like a tiny to-do list, then my daily log. Hated it. I didn't like it. We're not going to talk about it. All right, so here I'm already kind of getting in the groove of my style, which is one column here, one column here, and that's the perfect style for layout for the N1 for me. So here we bought a really delicious ice cream. I had a long to-do list. I sold some stuff on Mercari. And let's see what else. I had a very productive moment here. What else? I ordered something from the Coffee Monsters Co., I think. Yeah, because they, Helen reopened the shop this day. Then, I need to go over my pocket planner, but here I was talking about how I found a use for my pocket planner. Here I'm talking about the scripted hours, just overall umbrella of things. What am I talking about? I honestly need to chill. This is supposed to be spent. Yeah, if you see like misspelled words here, like don't mind. I spent all day working on a single A5 insert. Oh, right. Yeah, I was really having a hard time using a new software to make my inserts. So it was kind of like a tough day. Here I was trying to find the perfect pen. Not necessarily a fountain pen, but I was trying to find like a good pen. Here we went to Costco, Live As If, Blob Design, which I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. So this is the first, maybe not in a little bit, maybe in a different video, but I was designing the blob, reading, Pilates, and as you can see here, I have found my groove with this style. So here I'm talking about the Affinity software that it was a very steep learning curve for me. Talking about my Kindle, how I bought my Jinhao 10. Let me show you. So I got this Jinhao 10, which is a dupe for the Pilot Vanishing Point. I have the Pilot Vanishing Point in fine, and I wanted to try the extra fine, so I bought a Jinhao 10 in extra fine, and I have a love and hate relationship with this pen. I don't want to go into it, but it's a love and hate relationship. So here I was talking about how I need to stop comparing myself to people. I had an interview that didn't go well. I bought a silhouette machine, and I bought a Wacom, which is a drawing pad. Here I'm talking about Blobby. You'll find out who Blobby is later. But if you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you probably know what I'm talking about right now. And there's a little sneak peek over here. All right. Here I'm talking about my work plan, scripted hours, and then I need to do a no by A7. ASAP. And it snowed in Charleston, I can't speak, South Carolina. So on January 31st, it snowed here in Charleston, and it was really, really fun. I didn't do anything with the blank pages, and here is when I really start locking in the style, the layout for the daily pages. So here I'm talking about the quiche. Oh my god, as you can see, a month later I'm still making the freaking quiche, and I'm gonna make it again this weekend. Anyways, here I'm talking about my silhouette machine, allergy shot that I had to pay for the refill. I don't have insurance anymore, so it was a whooping $350 out of pocket. The saga continues with my Jinhao 10. I'm talking about doctor appointments, and I'm talking about how hard it was to understand the silhouette machine. And then I was like, I did it. So on the same day I was like, I want to throw my laptop out the window, and then I'm like, I did it. I found out how to do it. Let's see what else. Amazon really fucked up my order, but I ended up it ended up being good for me because I got an extra product that was worth the entirety of my order, despite not getting one of the items that I ordered. But it was fine, but Amazon fucked up my order. Here I'm talking about my plans, and here I'm talking about how I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and I couldn't go back to bed. It was really, really tough. And I don't know why I did it like this. I think I was because this was in the morning. It was kind of like 4 a.m. I wasn't thinking about anything straight. So I just kind of went all over. I should have done the columns, which is fine. But I messed up this spread over here. And today is February 7th. So I don't have anything here, but I've been really, I don't know how this became a flip through, but I've been really, really liking this N1. I'm going to keep using it. I've been journaling every day. This was the only day that I didn't feel like journaling because it was a very chill day with my husband and we were really lazy. But other than that, this was the only day that I didn't kind of journal here. I'm really liking this. And here's the back. And I love this. But I'm really missing a vertical weekly. That's why I bought the Hobonichi dupe, which has monthly and vertical weekly that I'm gonna unbox with you once I get it. But the last planner is my Sterling Ink Daily Pocket, which I think I talked about this in my last video. It has become it's a really bad paper as well. It's a really fucking bad paper. I'm so sorry, I shouldn't curse, but oh my god, I was so upset with the quality of the paper in this planner. So here I have my book log, here I have my monthly spread, and this I'm just using kind of as a logical thought, brain dump, to-do list sort of thing. So I'm just kind of talking about my day in a very logical, almost bullet journal-y type of way. So, for example, journaling cards, spent all day designing it, need to work on the back design, maybe skip the watercolor for now, need to design one more. I need to calculate the whole bleed and margin situation. C2H, I thought I had misspelled this. Found a journaling group here in Charleston, blah. So it's just kind of a very logical log. Why? Because I wanted to use this for my work planner, as my work planner, but I need vertical weekly. I wouldn't be able to use this as kind of a daily to-do. I really like vertical weekly. I have a lot of fun with vertical weekly, decorating it and writing it. So I tried using this as kind of my daily to do for the day, but I didn't like it. And the reason why I haven't given up on this yet is because I really like the size of it. I love it and I want to make it work. So what I've been doing so far is just using this as kind of my logical log and things that I have to do, and then I can come back here and be oh yeah, I need to whatever. Oh, I need to whatever else. And then on my vertical that is coming in the mail, I can go back to the day and be all right, I have to do this, 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 and that. Or I can, which I thought about, is kind of dumping everything that I put here in kind of like a master to-do list. And I thought about using my passport notebook for this, kind of like a master to-do list. And then from that master to-do list, going into my vertical. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep up with this because I already have way too many planners and I don't want to keep adding it. But what I think I'm gonna do next year is probably buy either a complete planner, but I don't want to do the daily log on an A5 because I really like the N1 is the perfect size for me. So I don't know, but I really do need the vertical, so maybe I'll just use the take a note. I don't know. We're not going to talk about 2027 plans because it's only February, but this is how I've been using my planners. It's been working so far. I do have a lot of planners. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep up with this for the rest of the year, but stay tuned to see what I'm going to do for the next few months. And I will unbox my new planner as soon as it comes in the mail, and also do a big huge announcement once I'm ready. But if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you probably already know what I'm talking about. So if you don't, go ahead and follow me there because we have a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for all your love, kindness, and support, and for staying with me until the end of this video. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.